This is the network service of the NTA.
Well, I am not an expert in this, but I'm in the spirit of what we are looking at on the show today. I'm trying to see if the papers are poorly produced or substandard, if you like, fake. But these are the same papers we've been reading over and over, so I can say they are good and original papers. So welcome to the studios of Weekend Deal. It's always a pleasure to have you join us on the show. Yes, the menace of fake and substandard products in Nigeria. I think we can all agree that, this, it has had adverse effects on any economy wherever they are present in the market. And for Nigeria, the proliferation of fake and substandard product leaves indelible footprints on the health, the environment, the health of the citizen, the environment, and of course the economy. And it's like despite all the efforts being made by the authorities concerned in fighting these excesses, it's like it's not enough. And you ask, are they fighting a lost battle? Well, the collateral effect of fake and substandard products in any economy cannot be overemphasized, because this has actually had a negative impact on the economy, the health of citizens, and of course the environment. And in Nigeria today, it's almost a norm that even maybe if you want to purchase a spare tire, car spare tire or parts, the mechanics will tell you rather to go for the Belgium instead of the original one, knowing fully that the original is actually fake original. How did we get here? Let's take this background report from Francis Obi to set the pace for the conversation.
Every day, the media space is awash with stories of fake drugs, foods, and other consumables being manufactured, imported, and sold to unsuspecting members of the public. As of 2016, 80% of the products sold in Nigeria were counterfeit, and as of today, it is quite doubtful that the percentage of counterfeit and illegal goods in circulation has decreased.
Unscrupulous businessmen who are driven by greed do not talk about conscience. They simply do not have conscience, and that is why those who are apprehended for the offences of dealing in counterfeit medicines are treated as like murderers. At the heart of their desire to kill people is just money, it's just greed, blood money. The Nigerian market is a natural attraction for counterfeiters, just like it's also a natural attraction for those who are doing genuine business, because Nigeria has the population. As at the last count, over 1,500 illegal routes into the country. It's not the creation of anybody, but that is how the geographical makeup of Nigeria is structured.
The constant influx and proliferation of fake and substandard drugs in the Nigerian market has generated anxiety among Nigerians, especially stakeholders in the health sector. More disturbing is the unhindered access to all manner of drugs, including controlled ones. While those behind the business are smiling to the bank, their actions have sent many to their graves or caused health complications, including physical disabilities.
Like you talk of the devastating health consequences of this counterfeit product, particularly counterfeit medicines, damage to vital organs of the body, like liver, kidney, and cause all sorts of things. Then eventually it even leads to death. So, and again, the focus is on local importation. And the flashpoint used to be China and India. And beyond introduction of the cutting-edge technology, we have the quality control agents in China and India. Specifically, another measure to ensure that even other countries, their products can come in directly someday, but any product, especially drug products emanating from China and India, because since these two major countries are the flashpoint, then there's tendency for us, for our locally appointed quality control in that country to check and do their own laboratory analysis before they are even loaded and taken to the port, before they start heading towards Nigeria.
Some traders actually tell buyers that there are two brands available. They advise the buyer about original and fake products. Usually, the price of the original is higher.
In the past, nobody knew that we could have an expired tire. I never knew. I thought if you bought tire, except something punctures it and there's a flat tire on the road or something external influence, then it gets punctured, then you say it is destroyed. I never knew. But the Standard Organization of Nigeria has been educating people on how to also detect counterfeit products. You understand? They tell you to the extent of look at certain parameters that you need to, indicators that you need to look at. And I think it's very important that Nigerians will begin to take attention and pay attention to that.
Apart from the automobile industry, there are indeed fake or substandard batteries, phones, electric bulbs, body creams, and generators, to mention a few.
It's not only in drugs. The unwholesome foods, so many have been confiscated, and that is also an area that NAFDAC has done so much work. And it's also in an attempt, because of the avalanche of problems that we encountered with the issue of unwholesome food products, that led to the creation of the Food Safety and Applied Nutrition Directorate Department that was created in 2012. We're talking of other non-NAFDAC regulated products. Yes, it's ramifying. It's not spare tires, even iron rod, engine oil. That's at that count. One of the stakeholders, Capital of Industry, said about 1,000 of his trucks have been almost ground and destroyed by counterfeit engine oil. I would also appeal, just the same refrain for the NAFDAC regulated product, for also standard organization regulated product like the cables, tire, even iron rod. Some of this responsible for some of the collapsed buildings here and there because of the strength of the material strength that they are using. So to that extent, this is ungodly.
The fight against fake and counterfeit product is a collective effort. So all hands must be on deck towards winning this war.
The law right now, as we have it, the offense, basic offense, the maximum penalty is 15 years jail term. And there is also an option of fine at the discretion of the judge. So the fine may just be a slap on the hand. What we are even asking for is a life sentence.
Our focus on Weekend Deal today will be on curbing the proliferation of fake products in Nigeria.
Well, curbing the proliferation of fake products in Nigeria. And, the director was making reference to the, punishment. You talk about 15-year jail time. You talk about fine, which, of course, some people can easily pay, knowing fully that what they gain from this illicit activity is actually huge. But in some countries, we know whereby, death penalty is actually an option. Well, a lot of people advocating that different sentences be meted out instead of death penalty, but life sentence should certainly be an option in order to deter others from engaging in such activities. Of course, the impact has been huge. When you talk about lives, you talk about the economy, you talk about the environment, and we all need to do due diligence to ensuring that we curb this menace in our society. Now, our lines are open. It's on the screen there. You can share your experiences with us, and of course we get to share that with others, and you know that the authorities concerned are actually tuned to this program. I'm sure your experiences will add value to this fight against illicit or, if you like, fake and substandard products in our markets. And I know at some point some individuals actually came out to say that about 70% of drugs in circulation in the country are fake. And NAFDAC has since, come out to debunk this, idea or this figure. But we all agree that we have substandard products, drugs in the market. So let's take this next report, which borders on proliferation of fake drugs in Nigeria, and is packaged by NTA Aba.
I had headache one time and I went to the chemist and they gave me some drugs. And after taking those drugs, the drugs actually disorganized my body system.
A product that doesn't have NAFDAC registration number is regarded as a fake product in Nigeria. A drug that does not have the location address of the manufacturer. For example, a product may say produced by XYZ Nigeria Limited. Where is it produced? Is which location that be able to identify where that product is coming from. So in the label or in the package, if that location is not indicated, traceable, is regarded as fake product.
The continuous proliferation of fake and substandard drugs in Aba in particular and Nigeria at large has no doubt generated increased concerns by all stakeholders who blame it on ineffective enforcement of existing laws, ignorance, poverty, involvement of non-professionals in drug business, loose control system, corruption, illegal drug importation, and chaotic distribution network.
There are adequate laws in Nigeria, but the issue about them coming into Nigeria can be attributed to the issue of enforcement of these laws. Are the established agencies, for this purpose, are they doing what they ought to do? And you must understand that Nigerian borders are too porous.
Fake and substandard drugs have become a global problem that presents enormous public health challenges, especially to the unsuspecting patients. Aside endangering public health, fake and substandard drugs pose great threats to the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals 4, 5, and 6, which hopes to reduce infant mortality, improve maternal health, and combat other diseases.
It can cause serious damage to the end organs. It can even kill. It will even lead to drug adverse reaction because the product is not cheap, it's not registered, and you cannot assure the quality, safety, and efficacy.
How has the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, been able to ameliorate the influx of fake drugs in Aba? How can one identify a fake drug? And what is the way out of this unfortunate situation?
NAFDAC has intensified effort in ensuring effective good distribution system so that the quality of the medicine being manufactured right from the manufacturing site to the end user are maintained. All our regulated products are in our database, and each regulated product has a code. So if you are in doubt, just lodge your complaint to NAFDAC and they will give you the website information.
In this tenant road, we have what we call task force. There are men of reputation that we choose among ourselves that regulates fake drug among us. And if we get you one fake drug we have from your shop, you pay us 5,000. If it is two, you pay 10,000.
For me, to advise members of the public is that they should be suspect in the type of drug they buy across the counter, because the chemist there you are buying that drug might not know the route through which that drug came, and then the drugs that are sold inside the vehicles, going from Aba to Lagos, those are another time bomb waiting.
Concerted efforts are therefore required at combating the proliferation of fake and substandard drugs through a multidisciplinary and cross-functional approach if we must stay healthy as a nation.
Well, we can all agree that more needs to be done in ensuring that we curb this menace in our society, because it's not just about the economy. Lives are being lost, lives are being affected, and of course, this certainly is something we don't want to experience in Nigeria. Now, one of the agencies, responsible for checking the excesses of some of these individuals who are, engaging fake, or rather engage in the business of fake and substandard products, is Standards Organization of Nigeria. And during the week, Elizabeth Agbai actually had a chat with the Director General.
It is one thing to acquire a property, acquire something for the home. It is a different thing entirely to ensure that you buy quality ones. If you haven't had such a problem, then you're not real. Because one way or the other, we always encounter that. And that's why certain organizations have been set up to ensure that we're well guided when we're making our purchases, especially when it comes to household appliances. Well, if your TV, your radio, your deep freezer, whatever it is, you're thinking about purchasing one, it's important for you to pay attention to what we have. And of course, we will be answering some of your questions. Well, when I say we, it's because I'm being joined by someone who is better vested to do that. Mine is just to follow up and give the questions as you send them. I have with me in the studio the Director General of Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, and I keep wondering, why don't we have daughter? You're welcome, sir, in the person of Malam Farouk Salim.
Thank you. Daughter is a longer word. That's why.
It's a longer word?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pick on this question later, but that will be at the end of the interview.
Yes.
Son is one word that a lot of us have come to know, but sometimes we're not sure what their functions are. What do they really do?
Standards Organization of Nigeria actually is a body actually in the Constitution, and the Act was started in 1971 and then reviewed 2015. What we do essentially is set standards for products. Standards mean the basic requirement of a product to be authentic or to be okay or to be functional. You can pass the standard, but you can't go below the standard.
Without meaning to cut you short, with what you said, it's quite elating to know that we have such going on. But a lot of people keep telling you that they are not sure of the quality of the things they own. You buy a TV set today and tomorrow it gets blown up. And you go back to the person and say, did you plug first before you switched on, or did you switch on before you plug? I don't know. But whichever way, some of this TV would have told you there is power surge problem. Do you intermittently go into the market to ensure that these people, maybe when you certify them in the factory, they don't bring out certain things, and while your eyes are not quite fully there to get back to them? Because if you go to the market, as we speak, you want to buy this, they will tell you this one has warranty. Yeah. This one doesn't have. Yes. This one is made here. This one is made there. So I feel Son could walk into the market, do such a survey, and protect the masses.
Well, before I answer that question, first, the example you give, if you go to a store and the person selling say this has warranty, this doesn't have warranty, that's your clue.
Okay.
That's your clue that if it is cheaper and it doesn't have warranty, you're taking a risk. You're a gambler. So if you are lucky the seller is that honest, they tell you up front. Or if they tell you, oh, okay, madam, this is the original Sony, this one is fake Sony, but the price is different, and you took the fake Sony because your money is there. So there are certain things customers have responsibility to do too. But what you are asking is we have surveillance. We have surveillance intelligence units. We have inspectorate and conformity departments. What they really do is sometimes with the intelligence report, we get information from either the customer or from the market or even from rivals where this person is bringing in substandard goods. So we investigate it. When we find out these products are substandard, well, how we find them out is sometimes we take a sample, take it to our lab. We have a big facility in Ikeja where we take electronics or whatever goods you have in the market, where we test them to see if they are substandard or not. When we verify they're substandard, we have various options to do. One of the options is to, if the substandard issue is maybe just labeling, then we ask them to label it properly and put it back in the market. But if it actually has to do with the core use of the product, say for example you have a air conditioner, but it has an aluminium coil instead of copper coil, so you can't salvage that. So that one we have to take it away from the person selling those, and then if they refuse to let us destroy them, what we do is we go to court to get permission from the court to actually destroy the products.
Which of the sectors are more, do we find most of these substandard products in?
You see, if there's a magic wand that I can wave to give me all these products and the statistics of them, I would love to do that. Unfortunately, there is none. Basically, most products in the market that are good, somewhere somebody who is a criminal will try to copy those products. So essentially, you can't just go to the market and say, I'm going to buy this item, and there is no substandard item in the market. Most likely there is. Now, how does an individual find out which one is substandard and which is up to standard? Sometimes, some of these products, we certify them. So when we manufacture them in Nigeria, we inspect the factory, we inspect the product, then we give it MANCAP certification, which is conformity assessment by manufactured from Sun. So then you can look for a little sign. It's like a little eagle, says MANCAP. That you can, even in water bottles you see that. Now there are products that are imported. Now those products that are imported, when we inspect them, we give them certificates which they can put in their offices. And sometimes they even put the Sun logo on the boxes afterwards. Okay. So you can see that the product is inspected. But most of the time, we don't have a clear-cut identification mark. That's why Sun is going to start a product authentication mark. You remember, if you buy medicines in Nigeria now, you have a scratch off. Yes. After you buy the medicine, you scratch and text the number, and then it will tell you if it is good or not. So we want to go a step further. Instead of people have to buy the product first before they take it, we're going to have a sticker mark very soon, in a couple of months, where you put it on a product, any product, both imported and manufactured. So all you have to do when you go to the market is just use your smartphone, and scan it. It will tell you when it was made, how it was made, how long it's good for. And if you don't have the phone, then you can actually text a number on the label, and it will tell you the same thing.
Okay. Now, talking about people, being, deceived, I'd like to know, the ordinary man who is listening to us here, as well as me, I don't know, I would like to go to the market, especially electricals, buy something. I don't want to buy that deep freezer or fridge. As a woman, I can't use it because my fridge can't carry A, B, C, D. What are those things I should look out for when I'm purchasing? I'm not very sure, but I know there are some things they mark green here, mark red. I don't know. It tells me what capacity this.
There is a Sun mark. Okay. There's a little check mark on most of these products. It's a sticker if they go through our inspections. And the other aspect, honestly, is to double check the product. If you go to a store and you're trying to buy a fridge, you see a fridge costing 5,000 naira, and then you see another one costing 500 naira. So automatically, based on price alone, this product that is so cheap, there is a question mark on it.
It may not always be so.
No, but the balance is too much. You see, if I didn't say 5,500 and 5,000, I'm talking about like massive difference.
Okay.
So what happens a lot is that individuals or people, customers, like an iPhone costs close to 1 million naira. And then somebody says it's iPhone, but this is iPhone China, pay 100,000 naira. There is a problem there, and you're buying a substandard good. But to answer your question more precisely, we have stickers that our products have Sun check marks on it. If you enter a store, you can even ask if their product was registered in Sun, and then they can show you their certificate, because we do have certificate we provide for that particular item. Honestly, I'm not supporting the criminals, but it takes two to tango. When people
sometimes they're quite naive.
No, but even the sellers. You see, I have marketers, I have people who import products into the country. Their interest is just to make profit. They have no idea. These are people, some of them have not even finished secondary school. They are just very smart businessmen, millionaires, billionaires, very smart individuals. So they go to a factory and they say, make this product for me. Sometimes the person making the product will not tell them the detail, but say, yeah, I can make it cheaper for you. So they make it cheaper for them, they bring it down, and then they realize that these products are killing people. Majority of these sellers of these products, when you tell them the damage they are making, they are shocked because they have no idea. They are interested in making profit alone. But then you have issues where these people deliberately do the bad things. For example, there was a while ago, we intercepted some roofing sheets in the market. And these things are so thin that I use my fingers to tear them up. So, I mean, an average person, no matter how uneducated you are, when you get a roofing sheet that is so thin like that, you know it's substandard. So those people, so they are criminal-minded importers, they are innocent importers. While the same way with customers. If you are building a property and then somebody says, okay, that Nigerian made cable is too expensive. We have another one that is good. We just imported it. Take it. But the problem is the person buying should know the consequences of buying things like that, substandard goods. So people are victims either because they don't have enough money in their pocket, so they want something cheaper, or they deliberately selling things to make profit. So that's why we have to sensitize both the buyer and the seller.
Okay, so where I happen to be, a victim because I'm naive and probably a lot of ignorance around me. How do I begin to seek your, attention for redress where I'm cheated?
Excellent question. We have a lot of options. If you have the ability to use your phone, we have our numbers. Some of our numbers are available on billboards around the country. Some of them you can search on the internet. You get the numbers. So you can call us. We have an internet website where you can actually dial, go online and go to the website. On that website, you can actually even send an email to me, the Director General. All our other directors have their emails listed there too. And then we have a consumer complaints department where you can directly send the information. Now, in addition to that, we have physical offices in 48 locations in the country, meaning some states in the country have triple offices or quadruple, like in Lagos, Ogun area. So you can walk into our office directly, look for consumer complaint desk, and then put your complaints in. We have a lot of resources. For example, you can come in with your receipt. You bought this product, there's the receipt, it's substandard. What do you want us to do? Do you want a replacement? Do you want us to go to the person who sold it to force him to give you a better product? Or do you want us to investigate and find out where that person get the products from? And then if there is many of those in the store, confiscated. And so there are many potential issues we can do to help. We can negotiate among customers and sellers. We can get compromises, and then we can prosecute based on the information we're given. See, what we always tell people is that when you buy products and they are not up to standard, don't throw them away and buy another one. People. I have a friend of mine who was buying electrical bulbs. I mean, trust me, I'm not joking. The guy had to buy about 6 of them. The first one blows up. We turn it on, it blows up. Go back to the market and buy and say, give me a better one. He gives him, he blows up. So until the 6th one, that's when he get the most expensive one and the most original one that is stayed. The point is, if all consumers will seek redress, he just told me he came back from the US. In the US, you can take anything back.
Yes.
If you buy something, it's not to your liking, you go and return it and say, hey, I don't want it. And in some places, they will even ask you why. They have a return desk, you just return it and you get your money back.
Definitely.
So that's the kind of level Standard Organization is trying to put both the market and the customers where. So because essentially if all the customers complain about bad things, the profit of the person selling substandard goods is going to be smaller and smaller. And the big motivation for people faking products is profit.
I was actually going to talk about the return policy you mentioned earlier. Isn't it possible for us in Nigeria to have that instituted in the shops? Because sometimes even in the shops you go, they tell you on the receipts, major leading shops here, that once you leave, you cannot return anything. in the shop. Meanwhile, by the time you go home, you find out that some of the things you bought are not exactly what you thought it was, and you want to return it. They say no. Sometimes the product is expired. You want to return it. They say, how are they sure it's from their shop?
See, the thing is, our attitude as people in this country, we need to be consumers and know our rights. The restaurants in the world and the shops in the world did not just become so good because they are nice people. Because customers demand respect. You go to a restaurant and then the waiter didn't do what you want. You walk out and don't go back there again. But you find out that our attitude towards businesses and services in this country is we are still begging for services. You walk into a first-class hotel in this country, and then the concierge or the desk officer is talking to you like they are tired of you, they're doing you a favor. So we as customers, we have to demand respect. That's one. If you are buying a product and then you read the receipt, it says it's not returnable. You have a right there and then say, give me my money, I'm not buying anymore. And then that person will have a choice now. If he's sure the product is good or bad, if it's good, he's confident on it, he can actually put a buy-row addition. You can return this. Because I have customers, even in the market, they'll say, okay, I guarantee this, bring it back if it's not working.
Definitely.
Then you do that. So, it's our approach to how we do transactions in this country.
Before I let you go, somebody actually mentioned to me when I said we're going to have this interview that it's true you have offices open to people like us to come in and make complaints, but it's a lot of rigor getting your rights. How easy is it there for that woman who is sitting there in the village, to access your office without being told come today, come tomorrow?
The woman in the village.
What I mean is illiterate who may not.
Well, illiterates, as long as they know where our office is, I'm sure there are people. We have in all our offices are reflected. We have different ethnic groups in the country in our jobs. If you go to our Abia office or you go to our Ebonyi office, there is somebody who speaks Hausa in that office, in addition to somebody who speaks Igbo and Yoruba. You go to our office in Kano, there is somebody who speaks Igbo, Yoruba, or any other languages. So essentially, if somebody is not speaking English or cannot speak English, there is somebody there to help them. We're a phone call away. We always, people can reach out to us.
Because sometimes you actually do make that call before you get connected to somebody to serve you. It takes almost forever. But the DG is assuring us today that that will not happen, and we're looking forward to the period when we can actually go to the market, copy a number and verify the product before we pay. And you're telling me soon, and I'm going to keep my 2 eyes on you, and Nigerians will also keep their eyes to ensure that it does happen.
We're looking forward to that, definitely.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you
pleasure.
very much.
Thanks.
All right, we've been speaking with the Director General of Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, if you want to call it that, in the person of Malam Farouk Salim, and he's been guiding us so much into rights, especially. Remember that ignorance is never an excuse. You must know your rights. If you must consume, you must know what to do as a consumer. And if you're a dealer, I'll leave it at. Let's take a break. The show continues.
Of course, some messages here. This one is quite long, but to summarize the message, which comes from Queen, she says she went to a supermarket to get a phone, and of course she was given a price, and when she asked for the warranty, and she was told that this one doesn't have this product because it is not certified in the country, so there's no warranty for it, but the one that has appears to be more expensive, and of course she went for the one that is more expensive because she believes that within 1 to 2 years, maybe if the products develop fault, she can always go back to get it fixed without spending 1 naira. And of course, these are some of the challenges people are experiencing. The fake or substandard one appears to be cheaper, and of course the original one appears to be more expensive. But if you want value for your money, you rather go for the more expensive one, which is the better product. Because when you talk about the pharmaceuticals, you just don't try it. Don't go for the fake or substandard product. But sometimes you, the buyer, really can tell which one is real or not. But the authorities concerned must ensure that they tighten up their aims to ensuring that they give out the right products to Nigerians. And of course, moving on, we have our next report, which is about building industry. Of course, in recent years in Nigeria, collapsed building certainly is not new to our environment. In Lagos, Abuja, and some parts of the country, you hear stories from the news feeds that a certain building has collapsed. And when that happens, it comes with a huge consequences. So let's take this next report to know who really regulate some of these, products used in the building industry.
It has been established that using substandard materials in construction work is one of the main causes of building failure. Building collapse happens both in developed and developing countries like Nigeria. But the rate of occurrence in the country is quite alarming and therefore calls for concern. Construction materials such as cement, sand, granite, blocks, and concrete play a huge role in either the collapse or stability of any structure. Therefore, it is important to critically pay utmost attention to the use of raw materials that constitute these items.
To get the best product, the composite material based on the aggregate must be accurate for you to get what is needed. What do I mean by that? Like in Abuja here, what we use, we call it crushed rocks. Some may call it pure dust or what have you. What it means is that it must be pure. It must be a dead rock, first and foremost. Number two, the factors of production must be such that you adhere strictly to stipulations. In that factors of production, you talk about the use of cement, the quantity per barrel, because you use barrel, some people use hairpan, must be a certain number recommended by government white paper. I was part of the federal government committee at the Instance of Standard Organization of Nigeria, where we recommended a certain number of barrels of hairpan, what have you. And again, we have specification when it comes to cement, and or rather calibrations. A lot of people don't know this. There are cement for plastering, there are cement for precast, and we have cement for further concrete or kind of bigger concrete manufacturing or products. Again, when you use this by the size of the barrel, the standard barrel, you should be able to be having, say, 38 to 40 blocks per bag of cement. But what you see in the industry is that people abuse these things. You see people doing up to 55, 60 per bag of cement. So you cannot compare the strength of 60 per bag to 40 for 38 per bag.
With these facts in mind, there is also the need to regulate and enforce compliance on operators in the sector.
Abuja Concrete Manufacturers Association was created in the year 1990. The main objective is to ensure that we eliminate the activities of quacks in the industry.
Very often, people still fall victim to quacks in this business and yet would not know where and how to get redress.
What we do, first of all, cross-check if that particular company that you bought from is a member. We summon either at our head office or in our meeting venue for the person to explain and to meet face-to-face with the customer. But when you are not a member, it becomes even more severe because we take you up. You are just a quack. And a quack means, it's even a criminal, activity. So we'll take you to the appropriate quarters and the customer ventilate there and gets redress. In fact, I told you that the new policy on block making is ongoing at the level of Standard Organization of Nigeria. This is what we aim to synchronize with them. Their information with our own, bring it into one, so that Whenever there is a problem, once you go to that particular block and you see your name, because you'll be encouraged to have a particular number, and that number is brought to our database, your name, everything about you will show. With that, you'll be able to eliminate the activities of quacks.
So, now you know. Always insist on getting the best quality of blocks and concrete for your construction works. But, should you be shortchanged, you know where to take your complaints.
Well, there you have it. And of course, you know, a lot needs to be done, and it's good to know that you know, series of actions have been taken to ensuring that this menace is curbed in our society. And this next message says. Made in Aba products are exported across Africa, e.g. Cote d'Ivoire, Gabon and more, and as far as European countries like Italy. But in Nigeria, they are synonymous to fake products, even though most of the fake products are not from Aba. We need to get rid of this labeling, and of course we often, you know, encourage the patronage of made in Nigerian products, because products, you know, produced in this country, you know, have attained that high quality that can stand the test of time. So the essence is to look inward, and those manufacturers of products made in Nigeria should continue to work hard in ensuring that the standard is maintained. And of course, we move on to the next report, where we are looking at consumer rights challenges and prospects. Looking at the consumer rights challenges and prospects. This one is put together by NTA Lagos Network Center.
No, I don't have much idea on this.
And do you know your consumer rights?
Nope. Actually, I don't know much about consumer rights.
Yes, exactly the opinion of majority of Nigerians when it comes to knowing their rights, let alone consumer rights. Consumer rights is a law established under Consumer Protection Council Act, Cap 25 2004 laws of the Federation of Nigeria, to promote and protect the interests of consumers over all products and services. Also, it is empowered to eliminate hazardous and substandard goods from the market.
Nigeria is committed to providing rights to consumers, and specifically to the Standards Organization of Nigeria. We are looking at quality of products and services, and we have standards that give specifications to quality of products and services.
Under the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Council, which is one of the agencies enacted for this purpose, there are 7 consumer rights, which are right to value for money, right to safety, right to information, right to choose, right to redress, right to consumer education, and right to representation. It has become a common phenomenon in Nigeria to have various laws that are not enforced. And since laws are not enforced, Nigerians tend to lose hope concerning issues that pertain to rights. Are there challenges in enforcing these consumer rights?
You know, it's easy to handle locally manufactured products because the companies are there, and we pay quarterly inspection, factory inspection visit that is under MANCAP, Mandatory Conformity Assessment. So, and of course, our function is more to do with encouraging those companies. If it means assigning our professionals, you know, to be in those companies for a period of time to make sure that processes are done right, quality control is done right, and everything, of course, that is being done. But for the imported products, we find out that they are in the market. And when such cases are reported, so the first challenge we have is the how to really, especially where we have to evacuate. Some of our markets are very, very rowdy. For example, Alaba market, the Trade Fair market, and Balogun market, for example, is so crowded. And where you have to evacuate large volume of substandard products, you know, it's a challenge.
Many Nigerians have the tendency to discard or accept their fate. It is paramount, first, as a human being, and particularly as a Nigerian, to be aware of our rights and be able to fight for our rights.
Well, it's always very important for you as a consumer to know your rights, because a lot of times, you sense infringement, and instead of just going to seek redress, you just dump the product and just go ahead and purchase a different product. It's always very good that agencies are there to protect you in case you are wronged by a particular supplier. And of course, one critical industry that a lot has been going on is the fact that the cosmetics industry and fake products in Nigeria, of course, this is one area that really has affected a lot of people, because I know one of my sisters once purchased a product, of course, to use on her skin, before anything happens, of course, the skin started, developing some challenges, rashes to bleaching and all of that. And then she was advised to go for a redress, and then she said, to what end? Even if she goes out to seek for redress, she's not going to get it. But it's good to know that agencies are there in order to check these excesses. But let's just take this report, which borders particularly on the cosmetics industry.
In a quest to look good, most ladies go the extra mile to do the unimaginable without considering the health implication of such products. Globally, makeup is used by women to enhance their beauty. It can be used to cover scars, blemish, wrinkles, or any other skin concern. The cosmetic and makeup industry is worth billions of dollars globally. Because of this, a lot of counterfeit products are out there. Africa remains the continent most affected by counterfeit goods. Nigeria, being its most populous country, is facing an epidemic of fake cosmetic products.
There is fake product in the market because some people are going to copy another product to come and sell. Any product where you copy, come and sell in market is fake. So there is fake and the original product.
Some products are being forged. You see that some people would go to an extent of trying to produce the original thing using the same labeling. We need to be vigilant. And once we notice that we get something that is counterfeit from a particular seller, we should not continue to patronize those vendors.
Influencer marketing through social media has no doubt played a crucial role in the high demand for popular brand names of makeup products.
Even if you go online, you see all sorts of marketing and all that, various products. And really, I think the time has come for proper regulation of those things. I believe that the agencies that regulate the use of these products, any health products or whatever somebody takes in, can actually go into such places, and any product that is not properly registered should not be sold to the public.
In 2019, the Director General of NAFDAC announced in a press statement that the agency confiscated fake cosmetic products worth 60 million naira from a warehouse in Lagos.
These days, we have so many makeup producers springing up in the country. I would like those makeup producers to try and do correct labeling. They should go through the NAFDAC, all the procedures that are required to standardize their products, so that we can be sure that our products are good and it will help those producers to grow. Not just to start, it's also important to remain in the market.
Ingredients found in these counterfeit cosmetics are lead, mercury, aluminium, bacteria, cyanide.
There have been instances in which some people have used creams that they thought were just simple creams, but they found out that those creams contain bleaching agents, for instance. So there are times when patients will come to you and they will not be able to explain why their skin is changing. And then you discover that it's all as a result of use of some content, some creams that contain things that they never knew about. People have all sorts of problems based on the fact that they have used the wrong things that they never knew about.
Bodies responsible for regulating these products should be up to their game in sensitizing the public. A permanent beauty is one achieved without causing injury to the health.
All right. Of course, online is a marketplace now. Is the marketplace now for most of these products, and you see individuals who are, considered to be expert, mixing all sorts of, chemical components, trying to, get some beauty products out there, and it's being marketed online. And of course, you really don't know those who are creating these products. It's just there on the market, and then after advertising it, you just go ahead to purchase it without knowing the impact it will have on your skin. That's not to say that they are not good products, skin products out there. And of course, let me take this next message. This one says, since CPC changed its name to Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, not much is being heard from them. Are they sharing away from their responsibility? And of course, in a program like this, they should have their boss or representative being represented. Well, that's the opinion of this gentleman, Isa Gulama. Well, of course, we actually reached out to them. Well, maybe next time we'll get to have them in our company. And let's quickly take this next report, which is on the proliferation of fake products online.
The Nigerian e-commerce market contributes largely in the economic growth of the country. A lot of people purchase goods and services online. Online shopping has become a part of our daily lives. However, the e-commerce platform has created employment opportunities to many Nigerians.
We made a total of about $7 billion in 2021, which is like 4 trillion naira in Nigerian currency.
What people shop for the most on the e-commerce platforms are usually around fashion and beauty. And then, of course, FMCG and your groceries and your everyday items that are being bought on the platform. There are a couple of key players, right, on the e-commerce space.
Today, it is absolutely possible to stay in the comfort of your home, office, event center, and place an order for a product and have it delivered the same day. In some cases, you can have the option of paying on delivery, though the experiences of online consumers differ.
What I ordered was what they brought to me, and I appreciated them for giving me what I wanted.
Yes, I have, and I find out it wasn't what I ordered I got. You understand? I kind of felt disappointed.
One of the downside of the e-commerce journey in Nigeria has been the struggle against fake and substandard products. Customers have had to cry out when an anticipated order gets delivered and it turns out fake or totally different from what was ordered.
You want to sell the one that the customers are buying, so most times the market determines the product and what we sell to the customers. For example, this Apple Watch. If you want to buy an Apple wristwatch and AirPods, for example, is in hundreds of thousands, the original one. Right now, you have Apple wristwatch, a looks exactly like it, with the AirPods, with charger, with pouch for 20,000 naira, and people are buying it in bulk.
It's like going to an open market, like a regular Dumoto market, and you see people who are genuine, traders who sell genuine products, and those again who want to rip people off and they sell fake things.
Buying and producing substandard goods is very big for the country. It's as high as treason. It's the same level as somebody taking a gun and stopping you on the road as an armed robber. Because basically that's what they are doing. They are slowly destroying our society.
There is an urgent need for key players of the e-commerce industry to ensure quality check on all products sold online. to ensure consumers get genuine goods and products.
We need to do more because the e-commerce market is growing. New people are coming in every day and a lot is going on. Millions of goods are being processed every day. So these platforms need to do more in terms of standardizing their products and having a quality standard. Like there has to be a standard before you can come to Jumia. So as a merchant, you know that before I will go to Jumia, I need to at least meet a certain standard of my product. And then each product should have a quality check. Before you bring the product to their warehouse or before you put it on their online, there should be a quality assurance person that will go to confirm this product is exactly what it is before it goes online to customers.
When you buy a product that is substandard, it doesn't matter how cheap it is or how expensive it is, you must try and either return the product or come to us so that we can follow up for you.
Therefore, it is pertinent for government agencies in charge of e-commerce industry to intervene in battling this spate of fake and substandard goods and products.
We don't have any other country aside Nigeria, so we must continue to do whatever we can to ensuring that we, put the country in its right place. And that is also dealing decisively about the people who are perpetrating this, or rather importing this fake products into the Nigerian market. And of course, we'll continue this conversation bright and early tomorrow. So I urge you to tune in. Bye for now.